This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell and Missy Kohler. News 25, local news you can count on. Today's news is brought to you in part by Dr. George Leaks, Pahrumph's optometrist since 1990, offering full-spectrum eye care for children and adults. Call today, 727-8300. News is also brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson. This segment of the news is brought to you by Silver State Health, bringing quality medical and psychiatric care to Pahrump. Call 775-505-1214 for an appointment.
Welcome to News 25. We hope you had a wonderful New Year's. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
I'm Missy Kohler. Today is January 4th.
Well, there have been confirmed 3 new deaths related to COVID-19 reported, all being deceased residents of Pahrump. There are 32 new COVID-19 positive cases reported and confirmed during the holiday weekend, with 31 here in Pahrump and 1 in Tonopah. Overall, there have been 2,007 confirmed cases. Serenity Health has started back their testing beginning tonight from 7 until 9 p.m. and Wednesday and Friday 7 a.m. until 9 a.m. They're located at 2280 East Calvada Boulevard, number 301, right here in Pahrump.
The state of Nevada is gearing up to fight the new strain of coronavirus. The new variant is more contagious but not as lethal as COVID-19. The state lab is using CARES Act funds to purchase equipment that helps them identify mutations within any and all viruses. They plan to start testing the positive cases we have to see if the strain can be found here in the state. It has already been confirmed in Colorado and California. Nevada expects to know by the end of this week if we already have the strain in the state. The best recommendation to protect yourself is to follow the recommended guidelines of staying home when you can, wearing a mask, and social distancing.
At the December 30th Board of County Commissioners meeting, the commissioners did something not often seen. They went against recommendations from the district attorney's office.
It was agenda item number 11 that asked for the board to approve, amend, or reject a rate adjustment to be determined for Pahrump Valley Disposal. Pahrump Valley Disposal was asking for the increase for many reasons, one being unsustainable rates in the current CPI index regarding fees collected for elective waste and recycling services, reflecting the outcome of increased participation, changing market conditions, and associated costs. Commissioner Koenig, citing the past history and the board's charter giving the commissioners the authority to adjust rates if they choose, motioned to approve the rate increase. The last time there was a request for a rate increase was in 2000, and this increase would be 19.19%. Michelle Nelson of the DA's office informed the board that there was legal research underway on this item that had not yet been completed. Nelson said the board charter is specific to the process that needs to be completed before making a rate adjustment. This is a 2 to 3 step process that must be considered by the board. Nelson strongly recommended that the commissioners wait for the legal opinion before taking any further action. When the DA's office was asked how much time they needed, Nelson explained that backup material was requested and that her concern is that information and emails received from Pahrump Valley Disposal's counsel were not complete and accurate. In order to render a full and complete opinion to the board, it is important to obtain the requested information. The prior rate was set on the Consumer Price Index, or CPI. Commissioner Koenig said that the CPI changes had already been completed and that if the CPI had been correct, this would have been an automatic adjustment. The commissioners voted 4-1 to approve the rate increase.
Well, we'll have more news right after this.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Star Nursery, your garden's partner for every bloomin' thing. News 25, local news you can count on. This segment of the news is brought to you by Pahrump Veterans of Foreign Wars Post 10,054, open to our veterans and our community. Stop by or give them a call.
Welcome back. Financial analysts see a lot of potential in farm equipment. The UK is cracking down on the sale of junk foods, and you can now buy super caffeinated coffee at Dunkin' Donuts.
Topping our news, analysts are digging companies that make farming equipment. Baird is naming Caterpillar as the top 2021 idea and has a $200 per share price target on that stock. The Motley Fool believes Deere has more room to run, and it's because the company has moved heavily into smart farming technology for precision planting and growing. Over in the UK, the government is cracking down on how supermarkets sell and advertise chocolate, soda, and other sugary, salty, and fatty foods. The new rules kick in April of 2022. The Food and Drink Federation, representing manufacturers, says that policy will have a harsh economic effect on producers and consumers. In the U.S., Dunkin' is adding an extra shot of caffeine. The chain's extra charged up coffee has 20% more caffeine than Dunkin's classic coffee.
Wowee. Well, thanks so much, Angela. Well, deputies were called in to reference to a domestic, and one man was arrested.
On December 1st, Nye County Sheriff's deputies were dispatched to a residence in Tonopah in reference to a domestic. Deputies spoke with both parties and identified Noah Knox. They learned that Knox and the reporting party had been in a relationship for over a year and had a child in common. The victim told deputies that Knox allegedly attacked her, striking her on the head with his fist, and also choked her with his hands. She said that she was unable to breathe and felt in fear for her life. Deputies did observe marks on her neck consistent with strangulation and swelling and redness to her face, as well as several cuts on her hands and fingers. Deputies say that they found bruising on Knox's knuckles. Knox was arrested and taken into custody for domestic battery by strangulation.
The FAA has announced a new set of rules governing the use of drones, and companies like Amazon and UPS are getting closer to making drone deliveries a reality. Meantime, Mission Go and the Nevada Donor Network have completed their own test flights carrying human organs and tissue via an unmanned aircraft system.
The flight today is going to originate from the corner of this parking lot. We're going to take off with a manual takeoff, do a quick flight control check, and then there's going to be an autonomous mission. That autonomous mission is going to ascend the aircraft to a height of 50 meters or just about 163 feet. And from there, we're going to be heading out directly outbound and perpendicular to Sunset here, across to the vacant lot, where at that point the aircraft is going to turn eastbound and begin to climb out and head towards St. Rose.
What an amazing day for Mission Go, an amazing day for Nevada Donor Network, and special thanks out there to the CEO, Joe Ferrara. Without him, without his vision and his idea around let's get out there and figure out how we can partner up the Medigo medical platform with the Nevada Donor Network to do the research necessary to decide, hey, what is the effect on the cargo, in this case, a human organ? What is the effect of on the organ of flying in an unmanned craft? And then the Mission Go team executing a plan that is 6 months in the making. The extraordinary pilots from Mission Go, like, just kudos to them, and what a joy to watch for everybody in this environment. So just an amazing joy.
So we just witnessed the test flight of the kidney being shipped via drone across the desert here in Nevada. The technical potential with this is far exceeds what we would expect. I think, even years ago, the potential here is almost limitless, whether it's short range or long range transportation using this unmanned technology.
Today, we're going to demonstrate the capability of a small unmanned aircraft that can carry a substantial payload at a distance of 10 miles efficiently, reliably, and safely. A 10.3 mile flight is indicative of reaching roughly 90% of the hospitals within the vicinity of McCarran Airport in Las Vegas.
I think of October 1 when we were transporting equipment from facility to facility in southern Nevada. I went in the back of a pickup truck with ventilators just to get them down to our sister hospital, Sunrise, and the time it took from here to get there felt like eternity. And thinking that we could use these unmanned aviation systems, really is a game changer.
Today we're talking about donor organs, which I think are incredibly important here in Nevada and everywhere, but this could be expanded to other types of medical products, other types of medical necessities being transported, not only without the use of human time and labor and power and energy, but also going distances that they can't go, navigating terrain that they can't navigate. And like today, we saw what would be a 15 to 20 minute drive done in 4 minutes.
Well, this is revolutionary. If you think about how we transport organs now, we're either talking about being on the roads, which are often congested, or taking a commercial sort of helicopter, which is big and bulky and has a lot of logistical issues. So to be able to transport something this important this quickly, in this case 4 minutes, and be able to get it to somebody who needs it right away. I mean, this has the potential to save lives and make sure that those who are donating organs are assured that that gift is actually going to be received and be helpful.
It's exciting. I actually have a military background, so I know a little bit about drones, and so it's just exciting to see this being used now in this field and with organ donation. This is fantastic.
We'll be back with more News 25.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by Canyon Ridge Periodontics. Give them a call at 702-966-0302.
Welcome back. Well, the Board of County Commissioners did have their meeting this morning, and we did swear in 2 of our new commissioners, Bruce Jabbar, who's in District 1, and Frank Carboni in District 2. Well, we all have hope for better health in the new year. As we look forward, Erica Foreman has more on the up-and-coming medical innovations with the promise of brighter days for those suffering from illness and disease beyond COVID-19.
COVID-19 has dominated headlines for months, but science continues to move medicine forward beyond the pandemic. According to Cleveland Clinic's annual ranking of medical innovations, expanded access to medications for cystic fibrosis and hepatitis C take 2 of the top 10 spots.
We can now serve 90% of patients who have hepatitis C. And this means actually that patients have more available therapy and therefore can lead to avoidance of the serious downstream health impacts of hepatitis C.
The list also includes 3 new therapies: PARP inhibitors for treatment-resistant prostate cancer, a drug for preventing migraines, and the first ever therapy for a progressive form of multiple sclerosis.
15% of patients with MS experience symptoms and progressive symptoms over time. This is otherwise known as primary progressive multiple sclerosis. And before, as physicians, we did not have a specific drug therapy for these patients. And now we do.
Medical devices also make the cut, including a simple tool used to reduce bleeding after childbirth, a non-invasive ventilator to help preterm infants breathe without damaging their delicate lungs, and a smartphone-connected pacemaker.
Now the patient can use what's in their pocket to actually see and be engaged in part of the dialogue as that information is seamlessly connected to the phone and therefore to the physician's office.
Breaking down barriers to virtual care by revising policies is recognized as well.
Through the pandemic, we've eliminated a lot of this bureaucracy and leveled the playing field. And now this powerful medium is available to more patients across the nation.
And the #1 innovation for 2021 is a gene therapy designed to cure genetic abnormalities of the red blood cells, specifically sickle cell disease and thalassemia.
This gene therapy goes in and actually changes the genetic code of these blood cells and allows them to actually produce normal hemoglobin. This is a game-changing intervention that actually cures the patient and allows them to live a normal and productive life.
At Cleveland Clinic, I'm Erica Foreman.
For today's Save a Pet, Darby O'Donnell joins us from Desert Haven Animal Society, where she introduces us to Rex.
Today's Save a Pet is proudly sponsored by Jason Ernest with Mountain West Lawyers. Call 775-727-9500.
Hi, I'm Darby here at Desert Haven Animal Society, and today we are joined with Rex. Rex is a 6-year-old brindle cover mix, honestly. He looks like an American Staffordshire Terrier mix. He has beautiful brindle coloring. It's a little bit faded with some gray into it. He has a lot of energy. He definitely needs to be in a home with a very large yard, maybe even some friends, but someone who will either go and spend some time outside with him and let him play and run around, or has a lot of friends so he can get all the exercise he needs. He was originally adopted out but was returned because of his high energy. He does seem to do really well on a leash actually, and will stop and calm down once you actually have him beside you. But if you want to come and see Rex and see his adorable personality, please give them a call to make an appointment ahead of time. 775-751-7020, or you can look them up on their Facebook page at Desert Haven Animal Society.
What a cutie dog. Well, if you're looking for a new computer, there's some steps that you need to know to assess your needs. Let's talk to Josh Osborne to find out more.
Hi, it's Josh with Parump's Own Great Computer Deals. Let's get right into it. It's time for another quick tutorial. What do I buy? A desktop, laptop, or a tablet? Here are the top reasons for and against buying a laptop. Laptops are extremely portable and great when you need to take your computing needs on the go. Modern laptops have gotten much lighter, thinner, and offer the same computing power of a desktop and a much more convenient package. But laptops can cost more, be much more expensive to upgrade, and many offer limitations on how far you can update the hardware. Laptops are also much more prone to drops, spills, and damage due to their portable nature. Remember, it's about your needs. If a laptop works for you, that's the right answer. Why trust a technician when you can trust a friend? Great Computer Deals is located at 1190 East Highway 372. Call us at 775-990-8833.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Hi, it's John Kohler from KPVM Channel 25 Weather. We're here on location at Highway 160 with highway safety on our minds. Now, we just made it through New Year's Eve and no major traffic events in the county that have been reported. I'll look at some results to see how we did for tickets and stuff, but we did have some information for joining forces, kind of a speeding task force that went through November 25th through December 7th, and we have those results right now to report. 96 stops total, 84 citations written for 101 violations. 12 people got off with a warning, so he had an escape rate of about 12 to 15%. That's good news. Kind policing, thank you very much. One pursuit with an arrest, one DUI arrest. So are we over drinking and driving? I think somebody finally got the memo. This is not too bad. This is good news. All right, we've got all kinds of good weather news to tell you about on the other side. Why don't you stick around?
News 25 Weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios, and today is Utah's birthday. They became the 45th state on this date back in 1895. Go Utah. Go all the way to Burnley and celebrate. Why don't you? 56 degrees for a high today, 26 for a low. Fallon, 60 degrees for a high, 23 for a low. In Carson City, you've got the mirror image weather with 52 for a high and 25 for a low. In Tonopah, 46 degrees was your high mark. 19 will be your chilly, chilly low mark tonight. What are you doing wrong in Tonopah? Goldfield, 47 degrees. Somebody's mad at you up there, the weather gods. 21 for a high, or 21 for a low out there. Beatty, 58 degrees, mostly donkeys, raining everywhere. We had so much fun up in Beatty yesterday. 32 for a low tonight. It was so much fun in Beatty yesterday. Definitely get out to Beatty sometime. Enjoy the donkeys. They're just everywhere. And they come right up and pat them. It's nice. Amargosa, 61 degrees for a high today. 34 for a low in Las Vegas. 60 degrees for a high, 40 for a low. And all the way out to Death Valley, we went there too. That was a lot of fun. 69 degrees for a high today and 45 for a low. Here in the Paradise Pahrump, 57 degrees is our current temperature, off the high mark of 64. And can you believe it's January and we're loving on this in 2021? Look at the trend so far. South-southeasterly winds to 12 miles per hour. We're a little bit buffeted this morning. The humidity rose from 26% and just gets more and more humid as we go along. Sun rose this morning at 6:55 a.m. and it's set this evening at 4:42 p.m. You'll see the winds diminishing as we head towards morning, 9 mile an hour out of the east, but that humidity picking up and mostly, clear skies. But yeah, we're getting some good clouds. Nobody's talking about rain though. Let's look at this as we head on into the week. A little clearing out tomorrow, probably because of these 12 mile an hour winds we're getting today. And then as you see the winds dying down, clouds return Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, winds again and clear skies. And Saturday, Sunday, diminishing winds and more clouds. So, but no rain predicted. Highs in the mid 60s, lows in the upper 30s. It's going to be just peachy keen. I love it. Back to the desk. Here's Missy and Deanna.
Thanks so much, John. And yeah, good job on the saturation patrol and everybody behaving as much as they possibly could there. Let's hope that the New Year's numbers that come through look as good as the November 25th through December 7th. We'll find out those soon.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's going to wrap up this edition of News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
I'm Missy Kohler. Have a great night.
See you tomorrow.